It's almost over with. And I must say, I'm proud of Ben Crump for taking action and moving so fast. And I'm just like everybody else. I didn't understand why Nolan Wells' parents wanted to get Ben Crump involved, but I didn't know that Ben Crump was this thorough because now it's looking like everybody involved in the situation are headed to jail. And you figure a big black man like him from Alabama or wherever he's from wouldn't have been able to get the job done because when he read the autopsy, he messed up on a lot of small words. He obliterated the big words, but somehow, some way, we're at a point now to where it's looking like everybody involved that was on the boat that gave a testimony against Nolan Wells, it seems like Ben Crump got it all set up for each and every last one of them to go to jail. In case you didn't hear the news, you got people of all nationalities speaking on what happened on Horn Island. They put the hotline number up there hoping that people would call. People called and people been talking and Ben Crump been listening. And now they got enough dirt, enough evidence to put these people that allegedly killed Nolan Wells away for the rest of their lives. It's not going to be a 12-month sentence. It's not going to be a 2-year sentence, 5 years you out max. These kids not even going to be able to go to college, according to this information we received. They may never even be able to have grandkids, according to this information we received. So Ben Crump, I gotta hand it to you, brother. I ain't think you had it in you. I ain't think you had the balls to keep it real, but to see him take down these big wigs and they multi-million-dollar companies and all he working with is a ham sandwich, that takes a lot. Maybe he's blessed with the spirit of Johnny Cochran or somebody. Maybe the soul of O.J. Simpson whispering to him at night. Because we know what them kids did last summer and we know what they did this summer. And it's looking like they're about to go to jail for all the crimes. Let's get into this news. As a matter of fact, y'all hear me telling it. Y'all don't want to believe it. I'm going to let y'all hear it from somebody of a different flavor, a different nationality, and then tell me what you think about all this.
A little bit of what he said, piece by piece.
They found an 18-year-old black kid floating beside Horn Island Monday morning from the 4th of July festivities.
Now, he says an 18-year-old black kid. Now, once again, that reference right there lets me know that he is from the South. Just the way he said 18-year-old black kid, you know. Now, I don't know if that's
black folks than it does white folks.
All right, so there's a point.
Oh, this nigga gonna be talking the whole time. Give him a thumbs down. Unless he gonna shut the fuck up and let this man talk. I'm so sick of these YouTubers. Look at this, man.
Then you may not like
back, and they were trying to say that he just wanted to stay out there at the island, but some of the details in this story don't add up. They didn't give his phone back to his mama, didn't tell her in time when they got back to the boat dock, stuff like that. And anybody that's owned a boat and had a boat, one thing that we do as boat captains is make sure everybody that gets on your boat is safe.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another example of how white folks don't do their part in trying to make sure that black folks stay safe. And most of the time, they are the detriment of black folks.
Oh my God, that is so sad to hear. When you got people from the other side, from the other community, our fellow Americans, talking like that about how they do black people when they get out there on them boats. Hell, we got to America on boats. A lot of y'all. People shouldn't even want to get on a boat with somebody. Ain't no telling what they gonna do on that boat. We got a bad history with boats. But either way, you figure we all human. But looking at Ben Crump, a lot of people feel otherwise. They was out there fishing, out there having a good time. Nolan had something else on his mind, allegedly. You figure it's Horn Island, we about to get horny out here. They're claiming that he did too much on the island, but I'm arguing that they did too much on the island because Nolan never made it back home.
from the 4th of July in the case of Nolan Wells, thanks to Janetta Brantley, who is a sound engineer and an audio expert. Now, before I play the cleaned up version, I want to say that I appreciated that not only did she give us the cleaned up version of the audio, but she explained her process, she did not use AI, and she told people to listen with their own ears and gave us a transcript.
Yes, she did. And I appreciate her for that. She did Ben Crump job. And now he picking up the slack and taking these people to court. And there's no amount of money that could be spent. There's not a amount of money they could spend to bring back Nolan Wells. That's all over with. There ain't no coming back from that. They're claiming that Bart allegedly was in a fit of rage because Nolan was with his ex-girlfriend. And if the young lady moved on, she just moved on. But they're saying that she used Nolan like a tool just to make Bart jealous, and she succeeded because she knows that that man can't stand to see a Caucasian queen with a Nubian king. So she used that to her advantage, and in her little game that she was playing, done messed around and got Nolan killed. I'm going to say that again. Allegedly, the game that she was playing messed around and got Nolan killed out of a fit of jealousy and rage in Mississippi. We've seen this happen time and time again. And in 2026, when you figure we evolved as a people, when you figure we congealed and we don't had a black president, almost had an Indian Jamaican president. We had an old white president. Now we got Donald Trump in office. We done been through so many phases together in this country. I figure, hell, we could at least figure out ways to deal with each other without murder. But unfortunately, a lot of people want to see that blood. And that's on both sides. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. But Ben Crump don't lay down the hammer like he's the judge. Now, I don't know where they're going to go. They're going to have to leave Mississippi, go into hiding. They might have to move to where Russell Simmons live just to get away from the persecution. Ben Crump is like the Grim Reaper. And he coming the same way they came for Nolan Wells. They gonna have to pay. And hopefully they don't have to suffer the same fate. But the way that NAACP moving nowadays, you would have thought they was the Cash Money clique. And Ben Crump ain't nobody but Nino Brown. And Nolan Wells gots to be G Money. Because it's over for them, man. They done had their fun in the sun. They done did enough surfing. They done did enough fishing. They done did enough hacky sack kicking. They done did enough of that in Mississippi. They done did enough murdering. Not no more. Not in today's America. We living in a new America. To where you got stuttering pastor slash judge slash reverend slash lawyer slash attorney could take down all different types of criminal organizations, especially if their kids fuck up out there on them boats. I'm proud to say it, man. I know Nolan's father wish he could have did more besides standing up there looking pitiful. And as far as Nolan's mother, I done already said enough about her. I'm going to just leave that alone. But to see that we're at a point of justice, to see that we're at a point where people could get their just dues, all the bloggers out there that have been putting their work on the Nolan Wells case. It wasn't in vain because justice is about to be served. And on top of that, I'm so proud of my people because we didn't even have to riot to get the justice. All we had to do was TikToks, Instagrams, and YouTube videos. Now that's evolution. You could start a whole riot on your cell phone. Hashtag this, hashtag that. That's all it really takes. So Ben Crump, this drink for you, man. Y'all need to listen to what he had to say.
And I don't know if this is true or not, but I've been hearing this going around that Nolan Wells' mom is getting threats.
Yeah, it is. There are a lot of sick people in this world. She's a nurse, and she hasn't gotten negative reviews in her career, but since she has been standing up and speaking out saying, we want answers. We want to know what happened to our son. Somebody knows something. We're fighting for our son to get justice. We don't think that he would just drown and nobody would see anything. And for that she's been getting attacked at her job from saying she's not a good nurse, that she's been getting negative reviews. And it's very troubling because it just adds to the trauma that they're having to deal with after losing an 18-year-old son and having no answers about why your son is dead. I mean, he was preparing for his football season. He was doing phenomenally well. He said this was going to be his year. His father, who also was an athlete, they were focused in on this, and now they're having to answer to his little brothers. Why is our big brother dead?
Oh, no.
Take a beat from.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. No. Oh, man. Justice couldn't have came sooner enough. She getting bad reviews on her nursing job. Them patients ain't never gonna want her to come in the room. Oh, man. He was about to tear that football court up. He was gonna kick Bart right in his ass. He was gonna pump Bart's balls as soon as they got on the football field. Man, this is bad. I know he was gonna do something major. He was on his way. Had his father training him. His mama doing what she got to do for the family. He was gonna turn around, take care of home, come back to Mississippi with a championship. And they knew that's what was gonna happen, man. They knew Nolan was Bart's biggest competition. And if Nolan make it, ain't nobody gonna be thinking about Bart the fart. That's why they took him out there anyways, because they ain't want to see him succeed. He had the glow. They talking behind his back, Bruce Leroy this, Bruce Leroy that, just disrespecting the man. But now they got Ben Crump involved. They wish they would have never laid a finger on Nolan. And I'm so proud of the Caucasian queens and the Caucasian kings for coming out and voicing their opinions, because that let everybody know that the situation is entirely jacked up and people can see it for what it is. It's not a one-sided situation. All can agree that if Nolan was cool enough to hang out, then he had to be cool enough to live. But now it's looking like just because you cool enough to hang out, don't mean that your ass won't be floating in that river with them pearls around your neck, with that wig cocked to the side. Rest in peace to Nolan. I need y'all to listen to what this lady had to say, because justice, it ain't never been so swift.
Take a beat from seeing patients just to come up here for one more second. I just kind of started putting a few things together thanks to like the flooding of comments that y'all have done. Nolan Wells' mother. I'm gonna try to get through this without cussing. Nolan's mother is a nurse practitioner. I don't know if you're new here. I'm also a nurse practitioner. From the comments I've been seeing, the racist bigots of the world have literally started going and like looking up her name apparently and giving her bad reviews online. I'm trying not to cuss. God, I'm trying not to cuss because my mama watches these videos and Lord, she hates it when I cuss. I need y'all to understand that not only this woman just lost her son, but her job is being compromised because of the amount of hate from racist bigots. The woman can't even lay her son to rest. She takes care of people for a fucking living. Nurse practitioners are the backbone of the
Surely.
United States healthcare system.
Better
It is
tell.
nurse practitioners.
Yeah. Oh no.
His mom.
Oh no. Hold on.
Leave her
Wait.
alone.
Leave her alone. Leave her alone, y'all. Leave her alone. She already got enough on her plate. She don't need no ribs. Y'all doing too much. Damn, man. Ben Crump, if you need some help, man, I'll be your Officer Tatum. All I need is a white woman and about $2 million in the bank. I'll take over. Whatever y'all need me to do, man. I'm riding with the Wells or the Winsleys or whatever they got going on. Hold on. A message from Ben CRUMP. Hold on, somebody playing on the phone. I know this ain't that. Ben Crump. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut this video short. All you gotta do is ask and you shall receive. Brother, I would like to invite you to our annual NAACP Black on Black Barack Obama's birthday party. What? Hold on, what? Hold on, let me hurry up and wrap this video up because opportunities is a knocking. I want to say this before I go. It's a few things I want to say before I go. Nolan Wells paying a lot of people bills out here. Nolan Wells is putting a lot of food on people's tables out here. And I hate to see that this is the type of economy that we're living in, to where people eating off of entertaining the murder of young black males or young black females. If a black person dead, that's when the bloggers swoop in like vultures. That's when the news publications swoop in and get whatever piece they can get. And a lot of people, they greedy. They taking the whole thigh, taking the whole breast. They got a big chunk of it. And then you got other people out here looking for scraps. A lot of people say that's what I'm doing. I'm up here, pecking at the damn bones on this situation. But it shouldn't have to be. It shouldn't have to be like that. People will capitalize off your death. Now, if it was natural causes, ain't nothing you could do with that. They might not even have the money to pay for your funeral. You around get hit by a car, depending on who the motorist is. If it's Junebug with his drunk, raggedy black ass, then maybe he'll do a little time or something like that. But it ain't gonna make international news. But let Brett run your ass over in his Mercedes or something, and his family got money, and you black and you broke. Brett gonna be in the news, you gonna be on the news, and Ben Crump gonna be coming to get Brett's money. And that's just an example. So this is unfortunate, but fortunate for Nolan Wells' family. It's a gift and a curse. They're rich, but they lost Nolan. And that's just how it goes when it comes to black-white dynamics in America. I guess this is another form of reparations or something, to where if you get done wrong publicly or internationally, you can definitely get your reparations because they owe your ass anyway. But that's Negro here, no there. We're going to move on because there's a few more things I want to share with y'all. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells. Justice is on the way. Listen at this, y'all.
Christine Wells Wansley looked into her phone camera and told her followers she calls them her Pooh Bears.
Motherfucker, you the only Pooh Bear, nigga. Why he so worried about that man mama? He wanted to be a Pooh Bear so damn bad. Look at his face. He mad because Heavy D ain't shake his hand in 88 and he want to take it out on Nolan Wells' mama. This man is sick. He too grown to be speaking on that woman the way he been speaking on her lately. A lot of people going in on Nolan Wells' mama because she thinks she fine. And she like to pop her lips when she be talking. And she act like she straight up ghetto. And she be listening to her Keisha Cole, Beyonce, Lizzo, put on a little Megan Thee Stallion, drop down, do a little mean two-step with it. People can't stand that about Nolan's mother, but we can't be judging her character. She lost her son. She could be the ghettoest chick ever. That's her business. Or whatever she want to do. However she living her life, let that woman live, man. Talking about her Pooh Bears. Wait a minute.
Christine Wells Wansley looked into her phone camera and told her followers, she calls them her Pooh Bears, that she appreciates the content creators who are using their podcasts and platforms to keep Nolan Wells' story going. Take a look.
I just want to say thank you, guys. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, thank you so much. Thank you to all the content creators who are using their podcasts, their platforms, all those things to make sure that Nolan's story is going. Like, I appreciate y'all.
She has no interest in justice. She just wants to see the story continue. She just wants there to be no accountability. She just wants the story to keep going. That is the inventory check. That is the
How your fat ass know what she want? We know what you want. A triple whopper with cheese. Soon as his house catch on fire, he going down to the firehouse to get a sub, worried about what the hell Nolan Wells' mama want. We know what your big ass want. A hooker that can hook up a chicken dinner. I'm so sick of this man. Get him off the screen, man. But you know what? We ain't got to worry about none of that much longer. All this gonna get shut down. People gonna have to find something else to talk about. Because when Nolan's friend's sitting up in jail, that's gonna be the end of the story. And it's being reported that Ben Crump is leaning in on them, man. They ain't seen a brother like him since the 30s. Marcus Garvey reincarnated. And he stuttered with a lisp. It don't get no better than that. You get persecuted by a brother that can't. You get persecuted by a brother that can't even read. And it's funny to me because ain't that karma? That's karma, man. They ain't want black folks to read. They ain't want black folks to write. And in 2026, a brother that can't read or write, allegedly, about to take down the whole Bart clan. In Mississippi, on top of it. Oh, Lord, man. We live in some different times. I got a feeling that the next president of the United States is going to be a Jamaican woman, y'all. She might be Chinese, but she going to be Jamaican. How y'all feel about that? A female Jamaican president. Ain't nobody gonna be able to sit on the couch in the White House. It's gonna be plastic on every damn thing up in there. You go to the White House, you might get hit upside the head with a coconut. They gonna dig up all that and put mango trees out there. It's gonna look like the Sahara or Savannah or something out there when she get in office. Now, there's rumors that our current president is getting ready to be selling information to people that's willing to pay $100,000 for his Twitter. Nicki Minaj already on the BS, charging people $100 or so just to see her tweets. So there's information that the public is not privy to. And for a price, you can be privy to that information because all of the stuff you get online is straight doo-doo. None of this stuff is real. It's AI propagated BS. There is no real news. It's caked up, juiced up, beefed up garbage that anybody and their mama could put out there and get a reward. There's a bounty on news, and anybody can get that damn bounty depending on what type of crap you putting together for the people to consume. That's where we at with it, man. You got this lady in Atlanta, well, in Douglasville, Georgia, selling chicken wing pound cakes. She take the pound cake, put the glaze all on it, put the chicken wings on it, put the glaze on top of the chicken wings, and I'm waiting till they open so I could go down there and get it. And it's the same thing with this social media thing. So there's information out there about the Nolan Wells case that the public has yet to hear. But best believe Officer Tatum know what's going on. But if he put that out there, that's the end of his career. Don Lemon know what's going on, but he eating so good off of putting out that BS. Why would he ever want to shed light on the truth? But right here on S.A.T, this way you getting it. And I'm letting y'all know now. The boys that killed Nolan Wells, allegedly, they all going to jail. I don't know what they call their little gang. The Horn Island gang, the Mississippi gang. They're about to be the chain gang. Nolan was a token. And they did him in like a quarter on the Street Fighter game. That ain't right. Ben Crump, if you listening, brother, you did a mighty good job with that lawyering, with that attorneying, whatever it is that you do, with that preaching, that hooting and hollering, jumping up and down, screaming, and he's a hell of a sweater. That boy sweat before he even start talking. He was made for this. And Nolan, rest in peace. Bart, you should have never got that mad over Katie. Because while you in jail, Katie gonna be out there with the next man. And if she come across a brother and he talking slick, she gonna remind his ass she the modern day lady that got Emmett Till killed. That might be her great-great-grandmama or somebody, if these rumors are true. Man. I'm about to go ahead and get out. I done said all I had to say. I had to let y'all know. It's game over. No more games. Y'all wanted justice for Nolan? Well, here y'all have it. It's coming now. The hell with them shades them boys got on. Y'all might want to put on y'all 3D shades, because it's coming dead at y'all. And Ben Crump gonna be standing there when the smoke clear. He gonna be standing right next to Nolan. He gonna be standing right next to Nolan mama and her Pooh Bears. Lord have mercy. I'm so glad to be an American. Y'all let me know how y'all feel, because I told y'all. How I feel.